Yeah, I remember him. You know, it hasn't really been that long ago. We were friends. We were really good friends. We played together all our lives. We grew up together. I mean, our families lived side by side in the village. My dad and his dad, they worked together. His dad was a carpenter. My dad was a stonemason. I mean, I always said he had it easy when it came time to learn our dad's professions. I mean, he built these beautiful chairs and tables. And I built stone walls and blisters. I mean, he was kind. You know what I mean? He was really kind. And he was generous, so generous. But don't be fooled. He had a real defiant streak in him. I have to say that I knew him better than most. I'd probably say I was his best friend. Well, until he went away. And now my friend's back, and he says he's the bread of life. What the heck does that mean? I mean, he told the villagers that if they came to him, they wouldn't be hungry again. And if they believed in him, they wouldn't be thirsty. Well, you can imagine how they reacted to that. I mean, how would you have reacted? Now, we heard about all his healing stories. We heard about the miracles. Well, just last week, he fed 5,000 people with a couple fish and a little bit of bread. And now my friend says he's the bread of life. I tell you, I get pretty hungry and thirsty on my job, so he'd have to be one kind of bread to fill me up. Well, everybody wasn't as compassionate as I was. They started complaining to him because he said he was the bread that came down from heaven. I mean, come on, man, cut him some slack. They said to him, "We know you. You're Jesus. And we know your parents, too." And they were getting all riled up, really irritated. And they were yelling so much that they weren't hearing what he was saying. He wasn't trying to talk to them. He was trying to speak to their hearts. They protested that he said he came down from heaven. And they said, "Well, how can that be? We remember when you were born. We know you." You think you know something. You think you have all the knowledge. But it's so easy to miss what someone's saying when you're not listening with your heart. But they pushed him even more. A little knowledge can be dangerous sometimes. You know when someone argues with you and you know that they're not hearing what you're saying, you might soften your tone a little bit, or you might change your take a little bit. Yeah, he didn't. In fact, he raised the ante. This is great. This is great. This is what he said to them. He told them to stop bitching. He said this to them: "You're not in charge here. The Father is in charge. The Father draws people to me, and I do my work." Then he said he was going to raise us up on the last day. You know what really got me? Is when he quoted the prophets. I mean, everybody knows that I'm pretty good on my prophets. And he said this. He said, "They shall be taught by God." And then strangely, very quietly, almost in a whisper, he said this: "Everyone who comes to the Father and has heard and learned comes to me." It was like the Father was inviting us to believe in Jesus. Then Jesus said, "I am telling you the truth. I am the bread of life, and whoever believes will have eternal life." He reminded us that our forefathers ate manna from heaven, and they died. Bread. Bread. Bread is everything to us. Well, most of us get by just by eating a little bit of bread every day. That's it. Bread is what keeps us alive. Well, just in this village alone, there has to be a dozen different kind of breads that are made. There are all kinds of shapes and sizes and textures. Mara, right down the street, she makes these little round breads, a little smaller. They taste like cardboard. Blah. I mean, nobody's got the heart to tell her that they're so bad. I can't believe that anybody's going to eat these little brown breads. But Mary, you know, Jesus' mother, she makes this bread that's so soft and so delicious, it literally melts in your mouth. I think she puts honey in it, and I know she puts love in it. When you eat it, you can feel yourself come alive. Well, by this time, 2 or 3 of us were getting pretty quiet. I think we were beginning to understand what he was trying to say. I could feel it inside of me. Each word that Jesus said ignited my soul with happiness. I believed that I wouldn't be hungry again, and I believed I wouldn't be thirsty, but in a different way. I believed my friend Jesus, the bread of life. He said if we ate this bread, we wouldn't die. But the people were still grumbling. They were focused on what they thought he was saying, what they thought they knew. They weren't listening with they were listening with their ears and not their hearts. And I think he said something about that, about he who has ears, let him hear. Yeah, it wasn't this group. He was telling them that all they needed in life was faith and trust in the Father. The Father who sent him, Jesus. And by eating this living bread, they would live forever. And then Jesus looked right at me. I couldn't take my eyes off his eyes. He said, the bread that I give for the life of the world is my flesh. What? I mean, are we supposed to eat his flesh? I mean, that has to be a symbol. I mean, he's always talking in some kind of parable. Does he mean here? Right now? Eat his flesh? No. He said for the life of the world. And that needs to include everyone. Will his flesh become bread that we eat? I mean, this must be where believing comes in. This must be where faith in the Father comes and guides you. Belief and faith, they've got to be the answer. My friend has never lied to me. I do believe his word. I just hope he doesn't taste like cardboard.